One beautiful day, Sir Topham Hatt was talking to Gordon. "What you need, Gordon, is a overhaul," announced Sir Topham Hatt. "Yes, sir," agreed Gordon. "Does this mean I have to go to the works?" "No, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Not right now. First, if you pull the express across the island and back again on time, then you will go to the works to be mended." "Thank you, sir," said Gordon. But Thomas and Percy had other ideas. "You don't need to pull the express and get an overhaul at the same time," chuckled Percy. "You've been too puffed up in your smoke box," teased Thomas. "And your high-pressure boiler is going strong," chuckled James. "I knew you couldn't pull the express in ages now." So Thomas, James, and Percy laughed hard together. This made Gordon very cross. "Be quiet," Gordon whistled. "It's not funny that I'm having an overhaul." Thomas, James, and Percy glanced nervously at Gordon. "Oh, sorry," said Thomas and Percy. "Sorry too," said James. "I don't want to be late for my express," said Gordon. "I don't have time to chat with you." And Gordon puffed away. And that was the way Thomas, James, and Percy kept it. Soon Gordon collected the express, and he set off to the station by the river. Soon, Gordon arrived at the station to pick up passengers which were going to Doncaster Station on the mainland. All of Gordon's passengers boarded the express. "All aboard," said Gordon. "We're on the way to Doncaster today." "Very well said, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Once you reach Doncaster, you will go to the works in style." "Thank you, sir," said Gordon proudly. "Let's go, Gordon," said his driver, "but you must be careful." Soon the coach doors were closed, and Gordon proudly set off to Doncaster. Soon Gordon was racing through the countryside. "Silly little engine," said Gordon. "I'm still going to pull the express forever." When Gordon arrived at Gordon's Hill, he was starting to worry. "I don't think I can go this fast," he said nervously. And he knew he was right. But then Gordon changed his mind. He started to speed up. And soon, Gordon was going as fast as his wheels would carry him. But once Gordon reached 120 miles an hour, he was starting to get scared. And now he was out of control. "Help!" cried Gordon. "I can't stop! I can't stop!" He blew his whistle as loudly as he could, and the loud noise causes the windows of the express coaches to shatter into pieces. Suddenly, a lorry was driving over the railway crossing. "Look out, Gordon!" shouted his driver. Gordon ran the gates over and was still going very fast. The scared and frightened Gordon thundered past James. James was cross. "Slow down, Gordon!" shouted James. Then Gordon rattled past Henry. Henry was worried. "Be careful, Gordon," said Henry. "You're going too fast." Gordon was so scared that he didn't see the signal telling him to stop. Then Gordon noticed something in his way. "Help! What is that? Gasped Gordon in horror. Gordon shut his eyes. His driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt. But poor Gordon had just come off the rails, and he was covered in squashed fruit. Oh, the indignity! Gasped Gordon. As Gordon was waiting to be put back on the rails, Percy arrived. Hello, Gordon, laughed Percy. I see you're not the cleanest engine anymore. It's not funny, groaned Gordon, as a little bit of fruit trickled down his nose and burst on his buffer. You're not standing where I am, laughed Percy. You look like as you are covered in fruit. And he puffed away. Gordon didn't feel powerful and proud anymore. He felt sad and silly than ever. Soon Gordon was back on the rails. He felt very silly indeed. Edward pulled him to the washdown. Gordon had to stay at the washdown for a long time. It was hard to get the fruit out of his boiler. While Gordon was sent to be cleaned, James had to pull the express for him. When James got home to the shed, he was exhausted. It's hard work pulling the express, said James. I know, Percy said sadly. Gordon is the only engine who's pulling the express, and I don't know when Gordon is coming back. Well, Gordon just needed a good clean, said Thomas. He'll be back tomorrow. The next day, Gordon returned from the works as shiny and clean. Even the gates at the crossing were fixed. Gordon felt very happy. That evening at Tidmouth Sheds, there was a big welcome for Gordon the Big Engine.